Good morning to all of you. Welcome to my Torts class. Friends, yesterday we had a brief introduction regarding the defamation. Of course, in India, according to section 499 or 500 IPC, no difference between the libel and slander. What is libel and what is slander? Libel means any defamation which is in writing. A libel is a false and defamatory statement made or conveyed in printed form, like film, video, publication or newspaper. And what is the second aspect is slander. Slander means note ఇది. So slander is a false and defamatory statement by spoken words or gestures also. Gestures also is more important. So already I have given the notes that in Saudi Arabia, this defamation is treated as a terrorist activity. So please remember, the essential parts for the defamation are: number one, the statement should be defamatory, and second, it must refer specifically to the plaintiff or the group, and thirdly, it must be published. Right? Then only it comes either as a libel or slander. Right? Already I told. Very famous case law, the first case law which recognized the part of defamation. That's why in the law of torts, please remember, law of torts, normally there is no specific act, but still basing on the precedents, basing on the common law principles. వాళ్ళకి వచ్చిన దాన్ని బట్టి ఇది డిఫమేషన్ అవుతుంది, ఇది కాదు అనేటువంటి దాన్ని పట్టుకుని ఇది డిఫమేషన్ అని చెప్పి డిసైడ్ చేశారు. ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఐ థింక్ ఇన్ డిఫమేషన్ దిస్ మే బి ద ఫస్ట్ కేస్ లా. Tort వరకు King Vs Osborne. King Vs Osborne 1732. Right. So Mr. Osborne, he was taken up or he was being tried for painting a libel. Libel means in writing. He painted a picture on the roadside reflecting on a Portuguese woman. What happened is the Portuguese Jews, they migrated to London and they were settled in the UK, right? One of the Jewish women, she got contact with a Zoroastrian man, and both of them fell in love or whatever it is. She gave birth to a child through Zoroastrian man. They felt very bad. Immediately they burnt her alive. Sati Saganolaga, Sampatulu Padesa. So ఇది చాలా అన్యాయం అన్నట్టుగా he has painted the picture stating that the Jews are killing the woman. So Jews, are they so bad people? Immediately a negative idea has come before the Londonites or UK people, and they started attacking and thrashing several Jews in England. So it's all, why all this thing happened? Because of the picture. వీడు వేసిన బొమ్మ వల్ల, ఆస్బార్న్ వేసిన బొమ్మ వల్ల. So అతను ఎవరిన స్పెసిఫిక్గా వేసాడా? ఇలా ఓన్లీ ఏ లేడీ బీయింగ్ బర్న్డ్ బై సమ్ అదర్ పీపుల్. జ్యూస్ అని కూడా పేరు రాయాలి, బట్ పిక్టోరియల్ డెపిక్షన్. అందుకని మీకు రెస్ ఇప్సో లాక్విటర్లో చెప్తాను. ప్రస్తుతానికి ఇది చూసి దేర్ వాజ్ అ రియాక్షన్. నౌ ద జడ్జ్ ఇనిషియల్లీ హీ వాజ్ reluctant. He seemed to believe that the court could do nothing since no individual was singled out. పేరు లేదు కదా, డెఫమేషన్ అనేది ఏమి చెప్పాను. You should be directed toward the plaintiff, towards a specific person. But here it was not singled out. So therefore, but as the publication or as the painting affected the whole Jewish community, so therefore the libel was accepted, of course. So this is a libel. Defamation is accepted in the shape of the libel to avoid greater risk of violence. So please remember, libel cases normally they can be criminal, even though of course most of them are civil torts. The first genesis, no doubt, he might have been left away or he might have given some compensation, a different thing. But the aspect of defamation was accepted in this particular case. So please remember this case. And second case is CNC or advocates, would-be advocates. So very famous case law. So this is M.K. Parameshwara Kurup. M.K. Parameshwara Kurup versus N. Krishna Pillai, 1966. So this Parameshwara Kurup, actually he was an advocate. He filed an affidavit he filed an affidavit. Of course, the affidavit contained defamatory material against Krishnan Pillai. So Krishnan Pillai brought it to the notice of the Bar Council. It was taken as a contempt. It's a different part. Now here, please remember, the advocate filed an affidavit with defamatory material against Krishna Pillai. And normally, whatever the client says, we will get it typed and we will sign the same. The advocate affixed the same in good faith. Of course, it's not defamation. Why? It's not purposefully, you have not point defamatory material. Basing on the instructions of your client, you have stated like that. You are not liable. Please remember. So, your client will be liable for the defamatory material against Krishnan Pillai. But Krishnan Pillai, he has to file a case against you only directly, because he has not directly, he has defamed you. He has, suppose for example, if Krishna Pillai filed the case, Krishna Pillai will think that he was defamed by the advocate through the advice of his counterpart. Then he has to file the case against him, not against the advocate, but he filed the case. This is a very good shield or protection for you. Of course, such cases may be sparingly coming to you. So please remember the case law and enrich your legal knowledge. With this, I am concluding. Thank you very much.